Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the 1 hour chart. We're still sitting here fluctuating around 50 cents. And in today's video, I'm going to show you why I'm so optimistic about XRP, where I think it could be going in the very near future. So let's take a look. When XRP finally takes off, it won't respect any resistance line. It will go parabolic beyond $100. Now, if you look at the 2017 bull run, right, XRP went parabolic. And it didn't respect any resistance line. It just took off. And you know, that's going to happen again within the next 24 months. And that's why I always tell you, you should always be holding XRP. But you have people on one side saying XRP is going to $1,000. And on the other side, you have people saying we're going to have a major pullback. Ripple price, XRP price could fall to 18 cents according to analyst prediction. Do you know why you have such a contrast in the crypto space right now around XRP? Because nobody can call this market. Everybody speculates on it. That's why you see some people saying, well, we're going to rise up from here. Other people are saying the bottom's not in. We're going to pull back to here. And it's because nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. But one thing I do know, and this is why I'm so optimistic about this cryptocurrency, is within the next 24 months, 18 to 24 months, we're going to see XRP make new millionaires. We're going to see a lot of major things happen around XRP within those 24 months as well. Think about it. At some point, Ripple's going to announce an IPO. That could happen as soon as the proper party. At some point, Ripple and the SEC are going to wrap everything up. That's going to come to an end. On top of that, you have ISO going live in November, and that transaction train is going to start rolling along. And as it does, it's going to rise the price of all of these ISO cryptocurrencies. Little by little, steady upward movement. That's what I see happening. And we'll know for sure come November. But, you know, that's why I'm so optimistic. I really don't care where we are now. Because within the next year and a half to 2 years, things are going to look a lot different around XRP. Plus, on top of that, there's a lot of real-world events happening right now. They're starting to play out perfectly. That's why I still think the fall timeline is intact for XRP to start moving upward. I think we're going to break $1 by the end of this year. And then in 2024, who knows? We could hit some very high prices, in my opinion. So Google, Bard, and Bing confirmed Forbes published article projecting XRP rally to $59,472. So there's this elusive article out there that was written by Forbes, and people even used AI to try to find out if this article was ever written. And AI confirms it. They said it's the new Bitcoin is XRP, and it's headed to $59,472. Microsoft Bing. Google Bard said the same thing. The new Bitcoin is XRP, and it's headed to $59,472. That seems like a very specific number. And, you know, Forbes has been very bullish around XRP. A lot of other articles were written by them as well. I think they might see what we see for XRP in the near future. But $59,472 seems like a very improbable number. But what if I was to tell you the price has to be high? If you go back in time, and I think David was giving us the treasure map a long time ago, and if you look at this, it shows you that XRP cannot be sitting at 50 cents. It has to be sitting at a very high number. It's going to move trillions of dollars around the world at some point in the near future. So if banks were to adopt Ripple, which means they have to purchase XRP, would they not want to keep the market price of XRP low? If XRP is finite, cannot be mined, then wouldn't that hinder mainstream adoption? David says no. The price of XRP you need to make $1 million payment will always be at least $1 million. The truth is precisely the opposite. Higher prices tend to correlate with higher liquidity, which means cheaper payments. Imagine if you wanted to use Bitcoin as an intermediary currency to buy a house worth $1 million back when Bitcoin was priced at $100. In the process of trying to buy enough Bitcoin to buy the house, you'd push the price up significantly. And when the recipient tried to convert those Bitcoins into their local currency, they'd push the price down significantly. The effect would be so bad that back then it would not have been practical to use Bitcoins to buy a house. Now, with Bitcoin over $10,000, that's a cinch. You can buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin without moving the market significantly because the price is higher, and so you need a smaller fraction of the available Bitcoins to do it. So a higher price asset is a better vehicle for payments, at least if you're targeting high value payments, which Ripple is targeting high value payments, moving trillions of dollars all around the world. So do you think XRP could still be sitting here at 50 cents? Absolutely not. And maybe $10,000 per XRP is not even a high enough number. Maybe the people that were talking about the buyback were more on track on the price of where XRP could possibly go in the future. Maybe that Forbes article is right on track with where XRP will be a couple years from now. Who knows? But I do know this. XRP is not going to be sitting at 50 cents 24 months from now. That's a given. So Swift, Ripple, and Stellar Org shaping the future of cross-border transactions. And this is one of the reasons right here. If Ripple is getting involved with Swift to move the world's money, and Stellar, XLM, is going to be tied in there as well, that means the price of XLM will also be very high in the near future. And we know this is absolutely going to happen. Because Swift needs Ripple more than Ripple needs Swift. So the push to cause of ensuring that a payment system worldwide is revolutionized, Swift joins hands with Ripple and Stellar. Ripple's XRP is said to accelerate global transactions and has been the most preferred in terms of speed compared to traditional financial systems. Stellar also focuses on faster and cost-effective transactions. Its official website mentions that its interoperability is what distinguishes it from other blockchains. Ripple recently sealed a strategic partnership agreement with global e-commerce Amazon. This would integrate XRP into Amazon's payment operations. Ripple's XRP has been predicted to hit as high as $500 by 2027. But if Ripple is out there and a lot of more banks are working with Ripple, remember, we're still waiting for mass adoption here in the United States as well, where the United States banks jump on board with Ripple and XRP. I think the price by 2027 is going to be much higher than $500. I think we're going to hit very high prices within the next 2 years, once everything starts moving along even quicker, because Ripple's been out there laying the groundwork for the past decade. XRP is the only crypto in the United States with legal clarity. Opinion. So, the digital asset investor referenced a speech by Joseph Gunfest, a national prominent expert on capital markets, corporate governance, and securities litigation. Gunfest stated that the clarification of crypto assets like Bitcoin and Ether can only be decided by the federal courts if and when the appropriate litigation arises, and not by speeches. In his remarks, Gunfest noted that the logic in the speech may be persuasive to the court or not. No matter how that pans out, the capital market expert emphasized that it remains a speech and not a legal decision. So Ethereum and Bitcoin do not have clarity in the United States. Only XRP does. It has legal clarity because it wasn't backed by a speech. It was backed by a judge banging a gavel and giving clarity. So partners in corruption, we see JP Morgan and Ethereum. We know for a fact JP Morgan was involved with Joseph Lubin in the Ethereum ICO. JP Morgan was building on Ethereum as early as 2015. JP Morgan had exchanged hundreds of emails with the SEC about Ripple between 2018 and 2020, right before the lawsuit happened. JP Morgan's email provider accidentally deleted several million emails from between 2018 until 2020. JP Morgan is the main investor in Consensus. JP Morgan is a name which Vitalik Buterin's father uses for Joseph Lubin. JP Morgan is Ripple's biggest competitor. And this is how it's working out now. According to JP Morgan, it is already failing expectations. I agree. We need to have proper regulations, but nothing is too big to fail. Lehman Brothers showed us that in 2008. Nobody saw that coming. Ethereum Shanghai upgrade has been a disappointing, says JP Morgan. And it looks like Ethereum is falling apart at this moment right now, because the bank notes that Ethereum's daily transaction count has fallen 12% since the Shanghai upgrade. Daily active addresses have dropped nearly 20%, and the total value locked in decentralized finance on the blockchain has slumped almost 8%. Plus, we see project after project jumping off of Ethereum. They're jumping on with XRP Ledger, XDC, Hedera, and that's going to continue to happen as time goes on. There's much better networks out there today, and people are starting to wake up, and they're tired of the Ethereum gas fees as well. I think JP Morgan jumped on the wrong boat. So Cryptopia's co-founder Hans Leek shared his gratitude with Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple Labs, for the winning case against the SEC. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for changing my life, and thank you so much for what you did to the SEC. Absolutely. People like you, we need.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's how everybody should feel about Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple. I'm talking every crypto company out there. Brad has been out there fighting the good fight for all of crypto to the tune of $200 million. Yet Bitcoin maxis are sitting out there saying XRP doesn't even have clarity yet. That case isn't even done yet. You know, I am so tired of it. Ripple did one of the greatest things they could for this market. And innovation can now push forward in the United States, little by little, thanks to Ripple. You know, these crypto companies can now get moving, start innovating even more all around the world. And, you know, Ripple, like I said, they're not going to settle with the SEC. There's too much money wrapped up in it, and Brad knows the law is on Ripple's side. Ripple goes on a hiring spree in Canada. And, you know, Ripple's been on a major hiring spree all around the world. And that shows you the strength of Ripple. It shows you they're still getting things put in place for what comes next. And I think what comes next is going to be absolutely astonishing. Anybody who's not holding XRP is soon going to regret it over the course of the next 24 months. The U.S. federal government may be headed towards a shutdown on October 1st. Now, here we go with this once again. And it's because we can't stop spending in this country. You know, every time they raise the debt ceiling, this money seems to dry up very soon after, because we waste a lot of that money. Now, this video is something I want to share with all of you. This comes from Rand Paul. Take a listen.
It's as if no one has noticed that we have no extra money to send to Ukraine. Our deficit this year will exceed $1.5 trillion. Borrowing money from China to send it to Ukraine makes no sense. It's not as if we have some sort of rainy day fund sitting around, trillions of dollars in a pot of money, and we're just going to send that to Ukraine. We're going to borrow it. When we borrow it and create new money to pay for that borrowing, we create the inflation that is plaguing our economy. Since the beginning of Russia's war in Ukraine, the American taxpayers provided Ukraine with $113 billion. There's a lot of things that we need to fix in our country before we borrow money to try to perpetuate a war in another country.
You know, not only inflation, I mean, we're all facing inflation inside the United States. Gas is rising like never before. Groceries are rising. Then we got shrinkflation on top of that. but we should be borrowing money to fix up our bridges and our roads, fix our cities that are falling apart little by little. You know, maybe get ahead of the crime rate that's ramping up all around this country at the same time. And, you know, as long as we keep sending money to the Ukraine, that war is never going to end. And I still think it's tied back to money laundering. I think a lot of people in Washington are getting very rich off of the Ukraine. So now we see almost $19 billion in U.S. treasuries dumped by BRICS members, China, Brazil, India, and UAE in 1 month. DXY US dollar index should drop each month, and that will push the price of gold and crypto to new highs. Best believe it's coming. And that's why I told you, I still think fall looks very good for crypto. I think the DXY is going to start falling. And when it does, watch out, because crypto's going to move very fast. And that's why I'm optimistic about XRP. You know, as you see hyperinflation coming, and you see the way everything is going, what direction we're going in, you know, around bankruptcies and people living off of credit in this country, you want to escape that. You want to come up with a different solution. So the solution for me, and I want to break away from the traditional banking system as well, because that's also falling apart. XRP is our one shot to break free from all of that. And like I said, and over the course of the next 24 months, I think XRP is going to make a lot new millionaires. And even beyond that, as time goes on, more and more people are going to hit $1 million on their XRP holdings. And our time is now. All you have to do now is stay positive and stay patient. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.